Hey, what's going on guys? Migzuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a BANT Enigmatic Incarnation deck for standard best of one. So this pile is built around the 4-mana Simic enchantment, Enigmatic Incarnation, which reads that at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with CMC equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment CMC, and you put that card on the battlefield. So basically it's a weird sort of birthing pod for your one of creatures, or I mean more than one of in the case of like Citizen Champion or Skyclave Apparition. But basically the way this ends up working is, let's say we play an Omen of the Sea and we have an Enigmatic Incarnation on the battlefield. During our end step we'll be able to sacrifice it and tutor up either a Citizen Champion or a Skyclave Apparition, and it just scales up from there. So like an Omen of the Sun can fetch any of our 4-drops, another Incarnation can fetch one of our 5-drops, and an ECD can fetch the Dream Trawler. So we'll go down the list. We also are a Yorion deck because we run a lot of cheap enchantments that have really good ETBs. So if we don't hit the Incarnation or don't get to do that part of the plan, then we can always have a sort of fallback with Yorion, and blinking a bunch of stuff and having all of it enter the battlefield with Citizen Champion first to draw a lot of cards is great. Blinking Skyclave Apparition is great. Obviously all the enchantments. We got Yasharn, which can fetch more land. ECD, reset that. We got some good blink things. Although it's not strictly a Yorion deck, it's pretty much free to run. And we run one in the main deck in case we want to tutor it up with an Incarnation to get some extra value. Or even just casting it once we've played out a bunch of enchantments is pretty good. So yeah, we'll get into the list some more. We have the Glass Casket. Because we're a Yorion deck with Skyclave Apparition, we can do the sort of blink combo where the casket takes the illusion that's made by the apparition and we get to sneak something else under it. We're also at our base a control deck, like a BANT control deck, so early removal in order to stay alive to do our combo is pretty important. Birth of Melides, hit your land drops, sacrifice it to the Incarnation to tutor up something else. Omen, draw some cards, sack to the Incarnation. Buffalo Haven, ramp us, sack to the Incarnation. You'll notice a sort of trend with these cards. Banishing Light, kind of situational removal because you don't love sacrificing it to the Incarnation, but if we put a token under it or something that's not threatening later, then we really don't mind sacrificing this to fetch up one of these 4-drops. Also, you can blink it with Yorion if it's empty, or again has something not very threatening underneath it to hit something that's actually pressuring you. Omen of the Sun, stay alive in aggressive matchups, sacrifice to the Incarnation. Skyclave Apparition and Citizen Champion are things you can tutor up from your 2-drop enchantments, so this helps us get further ahead and gets a lot more card advantage, and this is a removal spell that you need at will, that you can tutor up at will. Omen of the Hunt ramps us. This deck is pretty mana intensive. We have a lot of stuff we can do with our mana, so having an Omen is pretty great. And again, you can flicker it with Yorion, sacrifice to the Incarnation. Again, yeah, you guys notice the very repetitive trend. So for the 4-drops, obviously the Incarnation itself. We have Yasharn to make sure we hit more land drops. Shatter the Sky, make sure you stay alive. There's a weird sort of tension between the creatures we do run and Shatter, but against purely aggressive matchups, you can sort of get some enchantments into play, wrath the board, and then start using your Incarnation. Legion Angel, I've actually loved this card because we build up so much mana with the Wolfwillow Havens and the Omen of the Hunts. We typically have a lot of spare mana, so fetching the Legion Angel and having one to play every turn doesn't really tax our mana as much as you'd think, and it's a great way to repeatedly threaten our opponent. Arcanist Sun's Grace can help us stay alive against aggro. We can go wide enough to attack them back and win the game through the air. Great card. We run a hell of a lot of enchantments anyways. Baneslayer Angel and Gargaroth are both here for the same reason. They pretty much close any game against aggro, right? Like, they have a very hard time dealing with them unless they're black and have targeted removal. And being able to tutor these 1-ofs up pretty much when we have 2 Incarnations is really handy. ECD, blinkable with Yorion, great removal, can revive any of our creatures that we need. And yeah, it fetches our 1 copy of Dream Trawler. We already talked about the Yorion. So for the mana base, it's pretty messy. We have some temples. We have this triome instead of the blue-white temple because we are running a one of castle and a one of Vantress, well, blue and white castle. And this gives the land type island plains, so it helps us have both of these castles enter untapped. And I like the split between mostly scrylands and one cycling land, as well as having simple lands. This can fetch a creature from the top 7, and we have a bunch of powerful creatures, so in the late game this can be pretty good. And you guys know Amiria's Call, you guys know how much I like it. Make the 4/4 Angels. We are a mostly white-based deck, so we can end up casting the Call a lot, especially because we have many ways to fetch the triple white with Birth and Yasharn. Also Omen of the Hunt. Oh, Yasharn's here, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's the list. It will be in the description down below, and let's get to some games. Alright, mana is a bit weird, but hopefully you find a green source, and then we're set. Actually, no, we have the green source, the passage, and the white source here, so we definitely are set. I think I get the green source on turn 1, and then ramp to a turn 3 incarnation. That sounds like the plan. And we just treat the Amiria's Call as a land the whole time. Unless we draw more of it, but you guys get the idea. Alright, what you got? Black Lotus Pet, very nice. Very expensive. Not matching it with the sleeves. And no companion, so no idea what the opponent's on yet. Ah yes, the classic turn 1, which land do I play? Turn 1 rope, easy. Killer content right here, guys. Tournament grounds, Fervent Champion, respect. I'll grab the green source now. Your go opponent. I mean, you gotta punch face, right? I mean, maybe their Wi-Fi is just really bad, but this is taking way longer than it should for a champion attack. There you go. Alright. Wolf, Willow, Haven. Your turn. So, untapped land saves me 3 life here. If not, we're probably still just going for the incarnation because I can snowball from there really hard. Alright, Worthy Knight. That has to go. Good thing we can take that out pretty fast. And in this case, let's say we had a Shatter in hand. I could rush to Shatter and then start playing out stuff the incarnation and then sacrifice the enchantments afterwards. So it's more of like a stabilizing play. Slowest aggro player ever, guys. I'm supposed to be taking long. I'm the control deck. Alright, man. Here we go. Come on, buddy. There you go. And we do hit the untapped land. So that ramps us to Incarnation. Incarnation will sack the Haven and get me an Apparition, so that we don't have to deal with any 1/1s from the night. Alright. These can fetch up more Apparitions or Citizen Champions. Sounds pretty good. Oh, we're about to get roped so hard. Good game. Alright. Black Lance Paragon. Sure. Do you hit the land or not? Temple. Okay, so it's not my build. And birth, get land, sacrifice birth, or omen. I can omen at instant speed, so we'll go for the birth first. Birth, fetch plains. Play it out. Sacrifice. And let's grab a champion. It can become a 2/4, which is pretty good. Pretty good blocker. So stuff to play around: Paragon, Rimrock Knight, Embercleave. Lots of big boy cards. It might have been correct to get another apparition, but I feel like we get way more ahead with this play if they can't answer the champion. And I'm at a pretty healthy life total, so I'm not in a huge rush. Alright, 4th land, Bloodchief's Thirst. I'll play this now. Get the extra card. Yep. No, thank you. We're good on land. Apparition's not bad. And a Banishing Light. Okay. So I'll get my face beaten for a second. So, okay, I can Banishing Light the token, and then get another, then get like Archon. That sounds pretty good to me. Banishing Light the token. Play us out tapped. This doesn't matter because we're going to shuffle the deck anyways. Sack the Banishing Light, fetch me up an Archon. 1 lifelinky boy. Cycles Triumph. You'll love to see it. What you got? Rimrock Knight maybe? I think I'm okay with this trade. That's fine. The only way they're killing me is through raw damage, and I have so much more card advantage with the Incarnation. And they might have a Paragon, so don't block the Fervent Champion. Okay. I'm actually considering bolting in. I mean, okay, so I can play the Apparition. Yeah, I think we do that. So we play the Apparition here. Take the Fervent Champion. This is also why it's good to run cards that, if you draw them, aren't dead draws, right? Like tutoring up a removal spell on a creature's great, but even if we have it in our hand, like, we never really mind playing the Apparition, especially against aggressive matchups. And even non-aggressive matchups, like, it takes out Mazemind Tome and like Elspeth's Nightmare and stuff like that. So grab the champion. I will sacrifice 3 life to be able to play the Omen at instant speed. Paragon, yep, perfect. And end phase, sack the Omen, grab another champion. Your go. So that's why we bolted in, so we can draw a card off this Omen of the Sun. And we're looking pretty good. Ember Cleave hits for a lot of damage. It hits me for 8 right now. But we survive that. Especially with the life gain off the Omen. And even if we don't hit another enchantment, then the Omen will just search me up another Archon. Yeah, you give me that rope. Hey, at least the opponent got some good mana, right? And that was one of my problems with the deck. Go to attackers. No attacks. They kind of just wrote me to end step. Sure. Another apparition. Not bad. There's a Legion Angel. Okay. So, I mean, we can play out the Angel, right? Probably want to cast this call next turn. This will fetch us another Archon. I mean, there's no rush to attack. We can just play the Angel. Get us another Angel. Play a tap land. No attacks. We can take our time. Incarnation will get us another lifelink flyer. And next turn we can Amir's Call if we want to. Do we have 4 white sources? Yes, we do, so we can go Apparition and Legion Angel also if we want. And you guys can just see the power of like the double value that the Incarnation provides on all our enchantments, especially along with the Citizen Champion. Yeah, Venerable Knight, and that's the concede. So Cleave doesn't even do it there. Let's say they cleave up the Paragon. I either block it with the Apparition or don't block it at all. Gain some more life. And take it out with the Apparition next turn. We have plenty of blockers, plenty of flyers, and we're definitely ready to take over this game. Alright, yeah. Hand does the thing, and pretty convincingly too. With a turn 3 Incarnation. Let's go. Amp it out. And the removal against a aggressive deck is really good to have. Rule. Okay, there's an Innkeeper. Nice. That's kind of hilarious. Alright. Incarnation. Incarnation will fetch me. So, Champion or Apparition? Let's go for the Champion. My card advantage engine versus yours. Mine gets bigger. And I have other answers to the Israel Innkeeper right now. Kazandu Mammoth. Okay, so glad I didn't remove it. Shatter the Sky. How do I feel about Shatter the Sky? I feel weird about it. Not drawing another enchantment aside from Banishing Light is awkward. I guess we'll play it and not sacrifice to the Incarnation, right? Apparition, nice. So we'll play this on white. And yeah, I'll get in there. No thanks. I don't want to give the opponent back their Mammoth. So any Omen is an amazing draw right here. Helps us get our Incarnation going some more. We've drawn 2 targets and 1 actual enchantment that we want to sacrifice, so a little bit awkward. Okay, that's not bad. Let's go like this. See if we can hit a untapped land out of all these draws. And I mean, Omen's not bad, but I still think we dig for it. Nice. Double Shadow's kind of funny. Alright. Apparition. Take out your Love Struck Beast. I'm fine fighting a card advantage war against this deck. Especially because my engine, well, I have 2 engines online and they only have 1. So second champion. They could... Sure, second champion. Let's go all in on the plan. And just try to draw up some more enchantments. Okay. 5 mana kill a champion. Sure. So I guess we go here? Yep. Done. Hit another line drop. Draw another card. Another land. I guess it's all fine, right? Go to combat. Could have also slammed Baneslayer Angel. That might have been the play. Can buy the Yorion. Play tap land. No, thank you. Birth out another champion. I think we can Apparition now. I think we're good on cards. It's just a great toolbox. What you got? Questing Beast? Yeah, that's fine. And the opponent just gives up. Yeah, we have some crazy card advantage from there. They can't really do too much. And yeah, guys, on to the next one. Okay. This could actually work. We have the Trawler in our opener, which is kind of awkward, but we have all our colors and a Citizen Champion. So we'll try it out. Against Yorion. Alright. Tapped Castle. I mean, we don't have anything to do on 1 anyways. Okay, so Esper. We could play the Omen or the Birth. Doesn't matter. We can sacrifice this to an Incarnation, and we feel a lot less bad about it. So I think we're going for the Omen first. Okay, the opponent has an Omen of their own. And I also kind of want something to play alongside the champion here. Glass Casket, not a great draw. Alright. Opponent spends turn 3 buying their Yorion. Looking for an Incarnation. I mean, Haven's not bad, especially with the champion. But I think we skip on it for now. And just dig closer to our actual plan. Alright. Can you remove my creature? Doom Foretold doesn't do it. They need spot removal, which they might have. The fact that Glass Casket is an artifact has been really messing me up all day. Like, the Citizen Champion doesn't trigger it. Neither does the Archon. Neither does the Incarnation. Oof, Extinction Event. Okay, well, I mean, if they're using their Extinction Event on that, I guess we're pretty happy. Yasharn. Okay. Yasharn's not bad. It keeps the mana flowing, so we'll bolt in Yasharn. I am going to need another blue source for the Trawler, but that keeps the mana going, so can't complain too much. Alright, pretty limp Yorion. A 5-mana draw card. Isn't that great? Alright, really looking for an incarnation here. And we don't get it, but we do get a Baneslayer Angel, which is kind of funny. I can Banishing Light the Yorion and get in there. I can Banishing Light and Birth. Or I can just slam the Baneslayer Angel. I think I wait on that. So we can start here. If they have an ECD, we get pretty punished, though they don't have the ECD for the Angel, so. Play out the Birth. Thin the deck some more. And get in there with the Pig. Really hard to do fun incarnation things when you don't draw the card. Alright, main phase Omen. Good. Very good. And Doom Foretold doesn't do it here. Sorry. Because we just sacrificed the Birth instead of taking our wall. That's a golden egg. Nice. No other cantrip. Alright. Another land isn't great. We'll start by getting in there with the Pig. And to play around Extinction Event, I will play out the Angel. We'll hold up the 1 blue, bluff the Dispute. That's why even if I did have double blue, I don't think I'd play the Dream Trawler. Nice, they're clinging their own graveyard. To cantrip. So they need lots of removal to get out of this. ECD, fair. ECD, the Banishing Light, yeah, that's really bad. Because then they get all these triggers again. Ugh. I guess you should have done that before, just to get another card. Oh, the value. That's what I want to be doing. Okay. We're still in it, but we are going to need to draw an incarnation. And another blue source wouldn't hurt to be able to actually cast our Dream Trawler. ECD. Play out the land. ECD, either their ECD or the Yorion. I'm not really scared of their ECD. It doesn't get anything back. So we'll take out the Yorion, and we'll keep pressuring their life total. I'm also going to play Empty Casket to play around Doom Foretold. And so it's not taxed next turn. I mean, opponent is still on a 2-turn clock. They have to remove the Yasharn, or at least put stuff in front of it. Not really, because they can sacrifice the golden egg, but you know what I mean. Apparition. Yep. And Simulacrum. Alright, nothing in my yard for my ECD, but we can kind of force stuff there. Haven, nice. So we'll put this on white by the Yorion and play it out. Flicker all of this stuff. Yep, all that is fine. ECD will exile their Simulacrum. Casket will take the Apparition. Give me a 4/4, which essentially is what Yasharn was already doing. And we Don't. Ooh, second blue source though. I mean, yeah, I think I'll take the other blue. Just to be able to hard cast the trawler. Opponents already played one event. And they're 80 card deck, they might not find their second. And we've also just reset our ECD, so they're going to be under that tax next turn too. Facing a lot of pressure. Yep. 7 mana ECD, nice. Okay, there goes my Yorion. And Apparition, your Casket. And take my Omen, that's fine. Alright, so play this out. Attack here first. Easy blocks. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so these are all even. I'll play out one Archon. And a Wolflow Haven. And I guess we can ramp some more. But actually, no, we'll keep this in hand. Yeah, okay. We'll keep this in hand to discard to a trawler. Another thing I could have done is, instead of playing the Archon, just played the trawler straight up. But that, I mean, never mind that play, they have a Ugin. Sure. Alright. Legion Angel. Fetch another Angel. Yeah, seems good. Ugin can bolt one of them, but Ugin can't bolt the second one. Actually, Apparition can. I'm just trying to get this Dream Trawler to stick. Alright, we're running the opponent lower on resources though, so we'll see. Alright, bolts my bird. Another Simulacrum. Nightmare, okay. Alright, opponent's hand is on the field. So let's try to ramp. And we'll see if this last card handles a Dream Trawler or not. Okay, hold land to discard a Trawler in case of targeted removal. No spells, or sorry, no non-creature spells in hand. And pass the turn. Okay. What you gonna take? Absolutely nothing. Oof. Go face. Sure. My turn. Alright. Give me that wall. Alright, let's go to combat. We have no way of drawing any other cards, so. Heartless Act. We'll remove here. And we'll pass. I'm not throwing my Angel into another Ugin minus. They had the one spot removal spell. They're doing that just to draw some cards. Alright. Again, taking out all these cheap enchantments I put on my board also is a huge nuisance. Sure, you can exile my yard. No problem, buddy. Earth, yep, you got it. If they -6, then we get a 4/4. That's fine. And they birth up again. Alright. Now we omen, get a blue source so we can start using our castle. Yep. And yep, still can't activate, just making sure. They can ambush block the spirit with the barons, so just play out some stuff. Angel, play out Angel. And we'll pass, because if we attack, we get ambush blocked by the barons. Opponent pumped the other one too, okay. They can ping down one of my Legion Angels. Alright, that land came off the top, nice. Cards in grave 4, okay. Oh, interesting. I would have pinged out an angel. Oh, is that just GG now? Now I just attack him. Now I just go face with the angels, right? Yeah. Man, opponent really messed that one up. It could have also -0. Yep. Just throw that in front. I mean, we have this anyways, but yeah. Send angels to the dome. That's it. And she's out of victory. That's actually so funny. So they probably should have won that game, but hey. Also, let's say it did ping down the angel. We had the ECD for the Ugin and then apparition for the simulacrum, so we're still in it, along with being able to scry 2 better cards along the way. And we still have an omen for the incarnation if ever we find it. Alright guys, and we are back. So this deck was a lot of fun, and I do think it's powerful, but it's very draw dependent, and it does a lot of dirtling, meaning as you're getting your enchantments down, if you're not working towards getting an incarnation on the board or drawing cards with the champion, it's a lot of nothing. Like you're ramping, you're fetching lands, you're making 1/1s, you're fetching lands, and it's a lot of like, it's nice to have stuff and it's nice to blink, and it's really good, especially if you get the double value of like ramping and then getting one of these 4-drop creatures with the incarnation. But if you don't have that going for you, like if you don't have this enchantment, the deck sort of does nothing. Or you play a weaker Yorian game because your blink effects aren't exactly it. So I had a really strong run when I first built the deck, and then as I played it, I ran into more Ugin based stuff, which wipes all your enchantments out, and I ran into more pure aggro, which if you can't wipe the board or really get out a beefy Citizen champion or get incarnation on 3, then they have a good draw, they're probably just going to kill you. But aside from that, the deck's a lot of fun, and even though it's pretty expensive, I do recommend you guys try it out if you have the cards. So that's it for this one, everybody. The deck list will be in the description down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.